Hello everyone, SAP's Autonomous HCM is already here. In this video, we will cover what will change, what may disappear, and what would make you more valuable as an SAP SuccessFactors consultant. SAP is no longer talking only about AI assistants that generate job descriptions or summarize information. It is now talking about something much bigger, autonomous HCM. Imagine AI agents investigating integration failures, answering employee questions, supporting payroll operations, identifying skill gaps, and helping leaders model organizational changes. So, what happens to SAP SuccessFactors consultants? Will Joule and AI agents replace consultants, or will they create an entirely new category of SuccessFactors consulting? In this video, we will examine what autonomous HCM means, which consulting activities could disappear, which skills will become more valuable, and why your employee central architecture will ultimately these AI agents succeed or fail. Hello everyone, I'm Vidushi Kaushal. On this channel, we discuss SAP SuccessFactors architecture, implementation lessons, and the changes shaping the future of HR technology. If you work as a SuccessFactors consultant, architect, product owner, or HR transformation leader, this discussion directly affects your future roadmap. Let us begin with an important distinction. Many people use the terms generative AI, copilot, and AI agent as if they mean the same thing. They do not. Generative AI primarily creates or summarizes content. For example, it might help produce a job description, write a goal, or summarize employee feedback. A copilot assists a person through a conversation. It can answer questions, retrieve information, or help the user complete a task. An AI agent goes further. An agent is designed to pursue an objective, examine information, choose the next action, and execute defined steps within an authorized process. Now, imagine several specialized agents working together across recruiting, employee central, payroll, learning, and talent. That is where the idea of autonomous HCM begins. But autonomous does not mean uncontrolled. An enterprise HR agent still operates inside the organization's data model, permissions, workflows, integrations, and governance framework. That distinction is critical. SAP's 2026 SuccessFactors direction included connected AI capabilities across the HCM suite. One example is the Employee Data Integration Agent. Its purpose is to help diagnose and resolve employee data replication failures. In payroll, specialized agents are intended to support complex operational activities and exception handling. In learning and talent, AI can provide contextual answers, identify relevant skills, and support personalized development. SAP is also connecting Joule with smart recruiters. These are no longer isolated content generation features. They represent the beginning of a new operating model in which employees and HR professionals interact with intelligent agents that can coordinate work across applications. Let us examine a realistic scenario. An employee is transferred from Canada to the United States. The transfer updates job information, compensation informational, organizational assignments, and payroll relevant data. The employee data replication subsequently fails. Today, a support consultant might review the replication monitor, inspect error messages, compare source and target data, verify configuration, and then manually correct the problem. In the emerging model, an integration agent may detect the failed replication, examine the error, identify the affected data, and recommend or potentially execute an approved corrective action. Does that eliminate the consultant? Not necessarily. What if the real problem is an incorrect event reason? What if the legal entity and pay group combination is invalid? What if a business rule created an unexpected field value? What if the employee should not have been transferred because an active global assignment already existed? What if correcting the replication creates a payroll compliance problem? The agent may identify the technical symptom, but someone must still design the process, define the controls, understand cross module dependencies, and determine which corrections can be automated safely. That is where the consultant's role begins to change. Here is the uncomfortable truth. AI will not automatically fix a poorly governed SuccessFactors implementation. Consider an employee central environment with duplicate foundation objects, inconsistent event reasons, poorly documented business rules, excessive role based permissions, incorrect position relationships, unreliable integration mappings, conflicting affected records, no clear ownership of employee data. An AI agent depends on this information. If the underlying data and process design are unreliable, the agent's recommendation can also be unreliable. That is why organizations cannot simply purchase an AI capability and declare themselves autonomous. They first need a trustworthy HR foundation. You cannot build autonomous HCM on top of ungoverned employee central data. We should be honest about the impact. Some traditional consulting activities will lose value. The first is basic navigation knowledge. Knowing where to click is useful, but it is no longer enough to create a sustainable consulting career. The second is repetitive configuration. AI assisted tools will increasingly help consultants generate, validate, and document standard configurations. The third is basic ticket triage. Agents may be able to classify incidents, collect relevant information, and propose solutions before a consultant reviews the case. The fourth is manually summarizing release notes. AI can already identify relevant changes and generate preliminary impact summaries. The fifth is copying an old solution into a new implementation without questioning whether it still fits the business. The future will reward judgment, not repetition. While some activities decline, several skills become significantly more important. The first is end to end process architecture. A consultant must understand what happens before and after a SuccessFactors transaction, not only inside a single module. The second is data governance. Consultants will need to define data ownership, validation controls, effective dating principles, and quality standards. The third is security and AI authorization. What information can an agent view? Which actions can it perform? When must it request human approval? How will the organization audit its decisions? The fourth is integration observability. Future consultants must understand how information travels across Employee Central, payroll, finance, identity systems, and external applications. The fifth is exception design. The standard process is usually easy to automate. Enterprise value comes from understanding what should happen when the standard process fails. The sixth is business outcome measurement. Instead of saying, we implemented an agent, consultants must demonstrate measurable results. Did replication failures decline? Was payroll processing accelerated? Did employees receive more accurate answers? Were HR service tickets reduced without increasing compliance risk? These are the questions that will matter. The SuccessFactors consultant of the future will not simply configure transactions. The consultant will design the boundaries within which intelligent systems can operate. That includes the data an agent can trust, the actions it can execute, the approvals it must obtain, the exceptions it must escalate, the records it must maintain, the outcomes it must maintain. In other words, consultants will move from configuring screens to designing intelligent operating models. Before implementing AI agents, I recommend that every organization assess five areas. One, data readiness. Is employee central data complete, consistent, and properly governed? Can the organization identify the authoritative source for every critical HR field? Two, process readiness. Are workflows, responsibilities, and exceptions clearly documented? Does the organization know where human judgment is mandatory? Three, security readiness. Does role based permission design reflect privilege principles? Can the organization explain exactly what an agent is authorized to see and change? Four, integration readiness. Are integration dependencies documented? Can failed transactions be traced across the complete architecture? Five, governance readiness. Who owns each agent? Who validates its recommendations? Who approves automated actions? How are decisions audited? And who is accountable when an automated action is incorrect? If an organization cannot answer these questions, it is not ready for autonomous HCM regardless of how advanced the technology appears. So, will autonomous HCM replace SAP SuccessFactors consultants? Here is my answer. SuccessFactors consultants who rely only on navigation, repetitive configuration, and basic troubleshooting are at risk. But consultants who understand architecture, data, governance, security, integration, and business transformation will become more valuable. AI agents may execute more of the work. Humans must still determine what work should be executed, under which controls, and toward which business outcome. The future belongs neither to AI alone nor to consultants who ignore AI. It belongs to professionals who know how to combine intelligent technology with responsible enterprise architecture. If you found this analysis valuable, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your SAP SuccessFactors network. I'll see you in the next video.